Hello everybody in celebration of nature, and welcome to this week's Monday Moment and a preview of this week's lesson. What we're going through right now is very, very, very important to everything we're doing going forward. So last week's lesson, this week's lesson, the week before is a building block for what we're doing. And the coming lesson, this next week, there will be a demo in addition to the demo. 2 demos for the price of one. That shows a very important point. And that is, if you take cadmium lemon, cadmium red light, cadmium orange, straight out of the tube, put them on your palette, there is no way to make them brighter, to increase their chroma. So what we did here, even though, and you'll see this when you see this demo, when we put this on, this yellow bush on here, it doesn't look all that bright when you first put it on. But as you surround it with other values that are muted back and grayed back, it brings up the chroma. So even though I've got pure cad lemon on here, it would have appeared dull had I surrounded it with a bunch of other bright colors. But by graying colors back and surrounding a bright color with grayed back colors, it increases the chroma of that bright color. Okay, that's point number 1. Point number 2. This last week I had one of the proudest moments I've had in a long time. And that's because one of our students, and he knows who he is, and you'll go back to Facebook and look him up, Jeffress, one of our newest students. He posted a painting he was working on. It was one of our demos, our last demo with the gold trees and the mountains in the back. And he said, all done except for my signature. Okay? All done except for my signature. The next posting, he had that painting plus the revised version where he'd gone back and grayed back the mountains that were behind those gold trees, and he brought up the chroma of all those gold trees. The fact that he was self-critical, something I cannot stress, that he looked at his painting, made an adjustment that those mountains in the background were too blue, they needed to be grayed back in order to bring up the chroma, made me very proud. So that way, Jeff. And that's what we're going to do this week. I'm going to demonstrate how we do that. Bring up the chroma of a color that's as high in chroma as it comes straight out of the tube, but we're going to increase that chroma by what we put around it. So that's a very long-winded explanation of all that. But look at this lesson. This is a beautiful lesson. There's a lot of drawing in here. There's a lot to learn. This is probably one of the most valuable lessons that I've done in the last year. So have fun with this one. Remember that this is the last week of the month, which means it is Demo Challenge Week. So post any 3 paintings from the month. I don't care if it's one of the halftone paintings you did. If you really like it, post it. Color painting, 3 paintings. 2 lessons and a independent study, or 3 independent studies, or 3 lessons. Any 3 will do, and for a big prize. All right, so have fun this week. Have fun with this. If you run into problems with this, let me know. There is an additional video. I gotta add this very last thing. I did the painting, I did the demo last week like I always do. It sat over the weekend. I didn't look at it again until I came into the studio this morning. When I came into the studio this morning, I decided just on my own that I really wanted to play with this background, punch up some colors, punch up some shadows, just, tweak it. So it's one of those things where we did a small painting. I did it within an hour, so that's pushing pretty quick, making a lot of value judgments really quick. But when you have a chance to step back and look at it and say, you know what, this could be, I could use some help here, or this painting could use some help there, then you do it. So when I finish a painting, it never immediately goes into a frame and then out to the market, unless I'm really happy with it. Typically, the painting will go on the wall or in a closet where I can't see it for a week or 2, maybe a month. Then I'll pull it out, look at it. If I'm happy with it, into a frame, off to the gallery it goes. If I'm not happy with it, I'll make the adjustments. And there's always the trash can. Okay, so the life of an artist. Have fun, everybody. Enjoy yourself. See you.